and I needed to tie my shoe. And we just started walking. Awesome. So this is City Creek. It's a park right by the Capitol. And we parked up at the Capitol because that's where the parking is. That's where all the parking is. So we're gonna make our way down, and I'll show you everything in the park, and answer some questions. Well, really about anything, but this is really focused around the jump rope journey that I've been doing, how I'm feeling, and where we go from here, huh? So it is 7:35 in the morning if you're watching this later. All I've had for breakfast is 4 ounces of water. That's it, because I gotta weigh in. So I figured I'd take a walk to kind of get settled in here. Sorry, my gimbal's always on the fritz. I'll have to get a new one sometime. Anyway, and so yeah, nothing to eat. We're just gonna have a great walk. A walk for breakfast. I'm so excited. A few things, I think if I've talked about them before, is with the jump rope for 30 days, well, everything got super loose. Like, everything's loose, with exception. I mean, I've had some tight clothes before, but I think even those are gonna get looser. And going into another 30 days, what happens next, right? Do I do 30 more days of jump rope? I don't think so. My body's gonna be messed up if I do 30 straight days of jump rope. So we're gonna have to factor in some other stuff, like strength training, like things like walking. But I think another 30 days of body transformation is gonna be great. Hold on, let me turn this around for you so you can see where we're at. So we just go through this entire thing, and it scales down and goes into a little goal here, which is awesome. All right, I'm gonna set you down for a minute because I need to tie my shoe. So let me just put you on a tripod here. Let's see. But yeah, I think that if you want to do jump rope for weight loss, it works. It works a lot. I don't recommend it every day, like I was saying, but man, it works out like everything on your my arms, my back, my shoulders. These days it's mostly my legs and my arms that give out, not my heart, like not my cardio. So it's kind of annoying. Maybe I'll get back to heavy rope. I did like one heavy rope challenge. I trained to burn 1,000 calories in an hour doing heavy rope, and I never came back to it because it was too hard. Hey, how's it going? Spadits, I think. Sorry, that font is a little bit difficult for me to read, but thanks for popping in. We're talking about, well, we're gonna take a hike here, and we're just talking about, I just got done with a weight loss journey. I don't know if you're coming in from shorts, but yeah, I got done. This is the last day of a 30-day challenge of jump rope. Now, I took some days off just because my body needed it. Like my left knee was messed up. I think it's good now, but yeah, that's what we're talking about. And I'm just tying my shoe here, so just give me a second and we'll continue walking. How are you doing? Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're at. 7:38 here, and yeah, everything's been going all right. Everything's been going good, actually. It's just 30 days is up. Hey, how's it going, Palinka? 30 days is up with jump rope, and so I'll incorporate it into my routine. But now, what's the next thing that we look at to be sustainable? I think strength training is going to be a big one. I do a little bit of strength training, but doing that and then having, hey, Cool Milk VR, thanks for coming in, having some variety. Okay, so we made it from the Capitol all the way into the park. I don't even know if it's open, guys. I think I kind of went through a way that it might not be open. Let's take a look, and I'll show you all around this place. And there's a hiking trail for sure. Ricky, what's a young boy? He likes to go on walks. Thanks, Chaz. Sorry about that. Appreciate the narration. Oh no, there's a dude here. He's jogging. We're just early. We're just early. So, where am I? This is City Creek Park in Salt Lake City, Utah. So we're gonna start at the front here. We're gonna go look at a few things. Great area. If you're ever in the area, This park is one to visit, and it's like kind of like tucked away, so it's hard to find. But I mean, there's a lot of people here. Great for dogs. T-Stone says hi. Hi, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Okay, so let me turn you all around here. Well, I'll show you the front of the park. I actually love going on walks. I mean, as this gets more gray, the more I love what's considered old people exercise. Okay, here we go. So here's the park, and it comes in from here all the way down that street. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Yeah, down that street. Unlikely you're in Europe. Wow. Voltage, you're 20 minutes away? Nice. Are you in like Layton, or are you in Orem area? Thanks for tuning in. What, Polanka, what part of Europe are you in? Okay. So they have a lot of monuments and stuff in here, and I think that they're great, and we should look at them. The one thing that's missing today, because it's so early, are the dogs. I miss the dogs, but this place is always full of dogs. All right, let me see what we got at this monument. Garden of Perception. The Garden of Perception, Salt Lake County Bicentennial Horizon Committee. Okay, so we got a water fountain here. I guess, is this whole area called the Garden of Perception? Croatia. Very nice. Well, thanks for tuning in. So yeah, there's some cool stuff here. Here, let me lift you up a little bit so you can see. How's it look up there? All right, live streaming. You know, I think the good thing about being early is I can talk more like a normal person. I went to a farmer's market. That's just where they sell a lot of local produce. It's rough. That one's the hardest. I'm doing a lot more live streaming to get better at it, right? But some of these IRLs, they test the limits of what I can do. Sir Adam says, not yet. Sir Adam, I'm here too early. That's the thing. But this is more like a dog park. You can find a lot of cute dogs with some dudes, but there are in general. So I hope that answers your question. Here, let me go over here so you guys can see this monument. Mitch Yates. Hello, Ricky. We met at 2020. I don't remember that, Mitch, but you know, appreciate the reminder. I think I would have remembered that. Now I'm not gonna ban you, but I'll put you in timeout for a while. Go hiking for hot cougars. Oh my gosh, Samir. So I don't know if you've seen, but in Utah there was like an actual cougar that was like chasing someone, and that became a huge meme. We have I think this is a World War. Yeah, this is a memorial for World War I, actually. And this was actually created in 1932. So before World War II, this monument was around. You can see all the names. All right, let's move on to the next one. Then we'll go on for our normal hike. I haven't even put my watch on for walking, but I don't think I'm getting my heart rate up. Dude, I know I say it in every live stream, but once I started doing jump rope like consistently, cardio just shot through the roof. And I mean relatively, for me. What that means is my mile went from like 12 minutes 30 seconds to 9-minute 30-second pace. So, and we have some more stuff dedicated to, you know, our soldiers and stuff. So there's some cool, like a wall of honor. Got some war facts here. In just 3 years, 665 Americans were killed in action. Wow, that's a lot. I won't read it all. but it's true. When do you think World War... I'm gonna say this. No comment. No comment. Names of fallen soldiers, Jason. I don't know. I don't know, Jason. It was back in the Korean War. So, let's see. We have Medal of Honor recipients here. But let's take a look at the rest of the park. Give me just a moment. Let me tilt you so it's easier for me. Let me just put you that way. Maybe this will help. Nope. Doesn't help me. Doesn't help me at all. Okay. So you get a lake. And the dogs are in there, you know, playing with their toys and stuff. Even though you're not supposed to, but I mean, they're dogs. Come on. Come on, buddy. Let me see. Thank you for the insight, Palenka. I don't think that's really... I think that's just factual, like why they did it. Okay. Let's move up here. See a few more things. Yeah, I can try to go live and then just share what I see, and sometimes it's just a little bit charged. So if you're coming in, my apologies. All right. Ooh-wee. What part of the world are y'all from? Let me see. If I can even keep up. That's the thing, is like actually like trying to talk to stream and walk. That still gets me gassed. Some more memorials here. You can take a look. Sir Adam from Chile, Antarctica. Are you being serious, Adam? That's crazy if you're being serious. Which is cool. I hear like the fresh food shipments there not so good. It's a bonita pasaje. Nice trail. It is a nice trail. It's great. Yes, this is City Creek Mall. No, it's not. It's City Creek Trail. It's City Creek Park. Oh, my brain. It looks like we found some of the dogs. Here, I'll switch you around. I'll zoom in on them. Yeah, there's some doggies. That's what we want to see, the doggies. Someone broke something. Something happened. Huh. Well, that was interesting. I guess we'll walk by and see. I think there's someone just breaking stuff. Weird. Interesting. Yes, you mainly eat canned goods. I heard that they make a lot of pancakes and stuff, like dried goods, you know, everything you make from scratch. What are you doing in Antarctica? And how do you get internet up there? Let me see. Yeah, I don't know why. He just broke a glass, but he did. I think I'm gonna get some water here. Give me just a minute. Yeah, see? Just a little bit. All right. So here's the main trail. Hello, Tyron. Tyron? Hope I'm saying that right. Welcome from South Africa. Thanks for coming in. Hope you're having a good day. We're just walking and talking. Now the real struggle begins because it's all like slightly uphill. I'll come back on a path. But this is where it gets crazy. All right, that's cool, Sir Adam. No problem. No problem. Sounds like you're the real deal. Okay, as I was saying before, we looked at some of the monuments and stuff. I've been on the jump rope journey. and trying to figure out, okay, how can we make this sustainable so we're not just destroying our body for views and subs. And the thing is, we got to add more content. So if you're coming here from jump rope and stuff, I totally understand. There's still more of that, but I have more to share, more to do. Walking challenge, walking the whole city, north to south, 25 miles. That's one thing that we'll be doing. And then the 30-day recap. Hey, yo, Tyron, I get it. It is what it is, you know. You like me better with the cat facing forward, looks more refined? Well, I'm sorry about that, sir. Maybe later. Anyway, so yeah, doing things like this, like going on a walking trail, I think we'll do more of that. I think I'll actually go to the actual trail here. Whew. And I think it's about time. I set my actual watch. So give me just a second. Outdoor walk. Start. We're good. All right. Moving on. So I started live streaming about, oh, see, here's what I'm talking about with the dogs playing in the water. Oh, he's already out. I started live streaming about less than 2 weeks for sure. I'll have to go back and check. And man, I've had such a blast talking to everyone, meeting new people, getting to share more stuff. Because, I mean, believe it or not, I'm an introvert. And I used to stay at home all the time. So going on walks, getting to share with people, and being active, it has been great. I think over the past year, although I haven't weighed myself, I probably lost about, I say in between 20 and 30 pounds. And it's been fantastic. From sitting down, doing software engineering for like 5 to 10 hours a day, sometimes more, to going out and actually experiencing life. Let's go down this trail. It's more interesting over here. All right, this is the last we need to hear about polar bears. I'll have to time you out if we keep on talking about it. Oh God, are we gonna make it down this? Am I gonna make it? Yeah, no problem. Ooh. Oh, sorry about that. All right, give me just a moment. Okay, 5-minute timeout. Sorry, Sir Adams. You gotta time you out. Okay. This was a mistake. This is rough terrain. Okay. Let's see here. Switching arms for a bit. So what were some of the things that happened during the jump rope challenge? I think is what I should be fleshing out. Talking with you guys while we're walking really does help me flesh out that long form content, and then also short form about things I should do. With some of the things that happened with jump rope that I didn't expect was my knees to my left knee to kind of get messed up. That was something I didn't prepare for. I got kind of worried, if we go any harder, I might actually do some permanent damage. That's the big one. The second big one is after a while, your muscles don't get sore. My muscles barely got sore. My calf, and I had to really push it during my trying to burn 1,000 calorie hour challenges. So, yeah, having your muscles, and then the third one is having the muscles give out before my cardio did, my heart. So towards the end of week 3, that happened. Oh, hello, friend. Hi. We got a friend here. Oh, never mind. Hello, friends. I see that chat there. Give me a second here. Happy Lauren. Hey, bro. What's up? What's up? What's up? We're just walking and talking, recapping the jump rope challenge. So, yeah, brainstorming and helping me gather my thoughts. And so I'm talking to you guys, but you can really ask me anything. There's no wild animals where I'm walking. There could be, Tyron, but believe it or not, this is actually still within the city limits. So it's not really wild. You know what I mean? It's like within an area, there's like city all around. But one time my son did see a cougar when we were up on a hike. So it's happened. And I saw a tarantula, like for real. I saw a tarantula on that same hike, which is crazy. I didn't know we even had tarantulas out here. Do I do this daily? Walk? Not yet. I've been doing like daily live streams with different challenges, and walking is one of those ones where I can do it every day. So I should be doing it, or adding it into my routine, because it's great for recovery. So, you know, if you're sore but you want to still be active and, you know, not get stiff, that's what you should do. So, all right. Let's keep on going, huh? Let's keep on going. I think we'll turn around here and head on back the other way through the trail. But for the most part, Tyron, I've been doing like daily activity. I don't think there's been a day that I've had like a day off of like no activity. Maybe once, right after doing the heavy rope challenge, because that actually did mess me up. Oh, I was saying, so cardio shot through the roof. Did not expect my muscles to be like the bottleneck over the past 30 days with jumping rope. And what else did I not expect? I didn't expect to see so many places, that's for sure. That's the one thing I wasn't expecting. Hey Beans, what's going on? My walk's good. We're here at like City Creek Trail, just by the Capitol, you know, kind of by I think, hey, you actually know, because you're like from Orem, right? So sorry, I'm not trying to dox anyone. Let me know if that's I think I messed up. Sorry, I won't do that again. My apologies. But yeah, I think you're from the area. There we go. Always learning. Have you been to this area? Just chilling. I don't know how many steps we get in today, but I've been averaging about around 20,000 steps. Like, you know, give or take. Some days it's 24,000, you know, 17,000, but the average is 20,000 steps a day. So I think the most I did over the last month was 30,000. So what's weird is like I'm not trying to hit these step goals, right? They either come with jump rope, or they come with steps, or they come with just daily activity. So I like todos. Random consumer says, I like todos. Well, that's good. You're a good zombie. Yeah, I appreciate it, Beans. Tyron says, catch you later, bro. Enjoy the walk. All right, see you, man. Thanks for popping in. Random consumer says, back when I lived in Glenwood Spring, I used to get 40K steps a day. Yo, that's crazy. Could you just eat like whatever you wanted? Like with 40K steps, or was there still like a limit? That seems like, if I was walking 40K steps a day, I would be like, yo, I'm gonna eat whatever. But in my In my old age, I can't do that. Not even with the jump rope challenges. Oh man. Yeah, you really could? All right. Show you some of the trail here. Well, there's a Sit Creek. I think we're at the top, and then we'll just make our way back. Random consumer. I could eat whatever I wanted, but I couldn't drink as much soda as I wanted. Now that's interesting. But lucky for me, I only have diet soda. My parents had it a lot, and it just, over time, that's just the taste that I come to expect, right? Like, it's empty calories, and it just doesn't taste right to me. Like, you know, which is great, but also weird. Beans. I usually do. Only weigh 134. Sheesh. Wish I could gain some weight, honestly. Well, what a nice problem to have. Oh, I wish I had that problem. If I could just give it to you, I give you 10 pounds, but I'll be fat. So the soda gets me. I enjoy it so much. Me too, random consumer. Me too. I actually went to Costco and bought a couple of 64 like cases, because you know it's Costco, so you buy for an army of Diet Pepsi and Mountain Dew, because it's just, my son loves Mountain Dew, and I love cola, any kind of cola. RC Cola is actually my favorite. I don't know if you guys have that around your area, but RC Cola is actually I think it's one of my favorite brands, and we don't have a lot of it here, so I don't see it much anymore. Yesterday, that's the thing, actually, coming back to that. So I don't know what that means. Zero. I don't get the reference. Sorry, man. Let's see here. RC rules. Have you tried the berries and cream? I have tried the berries and cream, and it does rule. All right, so we've reached the top here. Yes and no, Bean says. Like, no matter what I do, I can't put on fat or muscle. I've been through the protein powder and creatine and everything. It might just be a fast metabolism. It might be like, are you really eating? And I don't mean that like in an accusatory way. I mean, like, for us big guys, like, I used to eat until I hated myself. And that's not an exaggeration. Like, it was so uncomfortable. And eat, and you gotta do that all day. And for some people, you just have to eat that much to put on weight. I'm not a doctor. I'm not even a health professional. But that's been my experience. However, I have never, ever had problems putting on weight. You know, I've got the science of putting on weight down. Just eat a bunch high caloric, empty calorie stuff. Lucas says, "Hi, what's up, man? What's up? How you doing?" Random consumer, my man. I think we're talking about RC Cola. Yes, sir. Zero effort to eat like 3 pounds of, yes, exactly. Zero effort. And I will say now, though, it's hard to get the protein. Like, you know, carbs, no problem. Junk food, no problem. But like quality protein, that's hard. And my goal is to get 120. So I follow the new science for how many grams of protein per muscle mass. And I have like 145 pounds of muscle, I think. But, you know, that's real iffy pie in the sky. So I eat 120 grams of protein every day, or at least aim for that. And that's been difficult, because now I'm like, once you're aware of like how much actual quality food you need, it doesn't taste good. It doesn't taste good at all. Well, it does taste good, but it's not the same. Random consumer, it wouldn't be much effort to put away an entire large pizza for lunch. Right, and that's where you're going. That's what I wonder, Beans, sometimes is like, yo, you gotta treat it like every pizza is a personal pizza if you want it to be. That's the mindset. However, it's really unhealthy, so I don't recommend it. I would just say add more food. Add more food. That's it. And be intentional about it. So like, you might try, but once you get on a schedules and systems, like, they take out all the guesswork and stuff, because you just gotta do it. For instance, for me, the schedule I had was post a short every day. Post a YouTube short every day for 30 days so you can get better at content creation and video editing, and, your camera gear. And now for the next 30 days, same thing. Post 2 or 3 live streams. Well, I have 3 live streams. Post 3 live streams for the next 2 weeks. Analyze the data, get better at presenting and stuff. So like systems help so much. Random consumer, I eat a lot of beans. Beans are it. As a Hispanic person, I try to eat more beans. I don't get as many beans as I should, but I make mine from scratch. If you have a pressure cooker, the best. Refried beans, pinto beans. The only problem is like they go bad so fast. So the canned beans are actually great for like the serving sizes that they give you. But the fiber there and the protein, I mean, it's just well balanced. So man, I'm gonna actually go make some beans after this. I'm gonna start soaking them. Got me talking about food. I haven't even weighed in case you guys came in afterwards. I'm going on a walk, and after this I get to weigh in for my 30-day challenge. So all I've had is like maybe 6 ounces of water, but just because we're going on this hike to kind of get the old digestive system going, that might be TMI, but make sure that I'm weighing what I want to be weighing, as I've done that for all the other times I've weighed in. Random consumer, even a regular pot on the stove. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy. Beans are easy. If you soak them, that's all you have to do. I mean, Instapot just lets you soak them. Mine always turn out like kind of starchy. So beans, if you have any like tips on that, because they don't come out like the can all shiny and good, but am I doing something wrong, or is that just how it happens? Because I've never seen anyone else make beans, like dried beans. So if you have any tips, I'd love that. Do you have a 2G network? No, sorry about that, Lars. It's just we're kind of like in a valley, so if the signal's not great, my apologies. Rinse them first. Maybe it might be your recipe. Yeah, so random consumer, I usually do black beans or pinto beans with some epazote, like dried epazote. I used to get fresh, but it goes bad too fast. Some onion, garlic, a little bit of olive oil. I think that's it. Sometimes a pepper, but that's it. 2G, this stream has been perfect. The problem is on your end, Lara. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys letting us know. So I never know. I was actually talking to one of the streamers that I watch, but she's like a pro, right? She's a pro IRL Twitch streamer. And they were like, oh, you can't go mobile, and it's like, you gotta have a stream pack and all this. I was like, chill, daddy, chill. So yeah, I appreciate that. Good to know. It hasn't lagged or clipped even one time. That's great. That lets me know that we can keep on doing these IRLs from the phone. Let's see. No, everything's good there. Yeah, I think talking about food, which is making me hungry, moving on into the second month of like kind of like a transformation time, I think I'm unfortunately gonna have to get pretty intentional with my food. And that makes me sad, because that means some more work that I don't want to do. But the weight, especially towards the second half, like first and second week, jumping rope every day, boom, just 2 pounds the first week, then like 6 pounds the next week, and I think it's only been like 2 pounds from week 3 and week 4, and I think it's because my diet has started to normalize, because I'm eating healthy, but like I'm not watching calories or anything. That was a big change, was eating healthy. And I kind of have given into some cravings. So I think I've only lost 2 pounds over the last 2 weeks. However, with that being said, my clothes are like fitting like crazy, like super baggy. So I have these shorts on and they're sagging. I have to wear like belts and stuff. So, random consumer. Now, if you had like 300 people in here, it might lag. You know what? Like maybe, yeah, with the chats coming in. But that's the goal. If I have 300 people coming in here and it's lagging, that's a good problem to have, At that point, we'll worry about it. But today, it's just a few of us here. But that would be the goal. That would be cool. I don't know if I'm interesting enough yet, but as I go through a bunch of live streams, as we do a bunch, we'll learn. I don't know if you caught the last stream, but yesterday we did 80s workout dances, and that had, you know, a very high quality camera, had like a streaming setup and all that. And so that was pretty fun. And I just get free exercise. So it's like, why not? The problem is a relationship with food. 100% agree. It has become like a chore. You don't eat because you want to. You eat because you have to. Yeah, that's part of it. That's how I feel sometimes, actually. But it's not about all food. It's like, oh, I don't want to eat a Greek yogurt. Eating protein shakes has helped because it is a chore, but it's an easy chore just to drink. So just having a ready-made protein shake has helped a ton. But making like real food and stuff, yeah. I'll try to make, like, on Sunday we did a cooking stream, which did really well. So I'll probably continue those. And try to get that to last me as long as I can. Usually like 3 days, maybe 4 days if I'm lucky. But then it goes bad, right? And then the rest of the time I have to figure something out. Like, am I gonna cook or am I gonna, you know, like nibble here and there? So Jim says, hi, I'm 5'3", 5'3", 120 kilograms, single man living in my parents' basement, trying to find love but cannot find success. Oh, Jim, I think you asked the wrong person. I've done all those things. Give me just a minute here to gather my thoughts. I think the best relationship you can have is with yourself. And, you know, it's not always great for me, but that is one relationship that I found that is forever, you know, until the end. And so working on that relationship has helped me a lot. Now, do I struggle? But that's always been what I've come to find is when I'm happiest is when I'm working on that relationship with myself and improving myself. But it's not for everyone, you know. I've had relationships in the past and stuff, and it's just it's I don't know, you know. I don't know if it's for me or what, because I'm 37, brother. So you know, like, if it's intentional. But I was a single dad for so long, and I was a primary parent for a while too, for a long while. And even then, like, when we split it, that's a whole nother thing, and I'm doing a full-time job. Didn't have time. People were like, oh, just go date. It's like, you don't understand when you get older, right? Like, that is, people don't have the same time as like when they were in their 20s and 30s. So I don't know, man. I'm sorry, but I guess the key takeaway is, with all the rambling, focus on yourself, and that's going to help a ton. Yeah, I was chilling with Richard Simmons in the background. Nice, Rich, nice, appreciate that. Yeah, it was fun. Meal prepping helps a lot, 100%. I think meal prepping is probably the main thing so far that's helped me keep that weight. Start freezing stuff, get a vacuum sealer. Now it's lagging. Sorry about that, random consumer. Not too bad. Jim says, you're a good, positive person. Wishing you all the best. Have a good stream. Appreciate it, Jim. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for asking questions. Whew. So we've been live for 38 minutes. I wonder how many steps my watch says we've walked. Give me a minute. This is always the hardest part, switching arms. Almost a mile. I mean, 3 steps. Well, I get to walk and talk with you guys, but I didn't record the whole thing, so it's all right. It's all right. We'll go back up to the Capitol, and if you guys want, we can still walk. We got time. We can put this out. Random consumer says, if you vacuum seal stuff, you can drop the whole sealed bag into the pot of boiling water and reheat it. Very easy. Yeah. I don't have a vacuum sealer, but I think I might need to get one. I'll check on Amazon. I don't know how much they run for, but it sounds like it's probably worth it. Okay, we're not going up this way at all. It's too steep. Here, let me show you. I can't go up that with you guys. $50? That's not bad. That's not bad. I'll take a look. 50 bucks. Okay. Well, I think we'll get up to the top here, because that's going to take a minute, and wrap up stream. So if you have any questions, now's a good time to get them in. Yeah, I can afford that. Whew. I'm just gonna get up to the top here. It's been a good morning walk. The IRL stuff is like keeps me, the streaming, I mean, has kept me accountable, which has been awesome. To just be, you know, unlike doing like videos where there's a lot of like prep and stuff, although for shorts I don't think you really have to do as much prep, but you know, unlike that, you can just pick up and go. Random consumer, got to get ready to go. Everyone have a good day. See you later, Ricky. See you later, man. Thanks for popping in. Heart rate's only at 83. That's the thing, man. Once you start doing that hardcore cardio every day, that heart rate does not want to get up at all. So when I go on walks and stuff, it feels kind of silly because 2 months ago, before I started getting into any shape, before I got into any shape, let's see here, you couldn't do it, you know, you couldn't, or I couldn't rather, walk very far. My heart rate would get all the way up to 115. So it's nice, it's nice for a change. But then again, that means like, okay, if I'm gonna work out, I gotta work out like very hard. Hi, watching from Bangladesh. Hi, Hassan, thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in from Bangladesh. We're just finishing up our walk here at the City Creek Park. So all that water comes from an actual creek. So it's pretty nice. It's a good little walk, you know, and of course it's a great little activity. It's free. People bring their dogs, so you get to dog watch, have fun. We're gonna go back up to the Capitol here. Whew. But it's a little bit of a walk. So walking and talking is always a struggle for me. We'll see how it goes. All right, how's your day going, Hassan? What are you up to? Obviously, it's probably like the afternoon or something over there. Whew. Okay, one last look at the park before we go up to the Capitol. It is a nice place. Yeah, that's why I take you guys here, to see how nice it is. And it's in a little valley here. And so on both sides of the valley is, there's housing, and then there's more buildings over here. Great. Okay. You know, I talked a bunch of crap about how, oh, walking doesn't get my heart rate up now. Now we're walking. And I just bumped it up by like 15 beats per minute. Oh. Goodness me. What are y'all up to today? What's going on with you? I was saying at the beginning of stream about, you know, what I've expected with jump rope, what's happened, how we're gonna weigh in today, or I'm gonna weigh in today, but you know what I mean. So I figured I'd go on a walk to get things flowing, if you know what I mean, and then go weigh in. And yeah, I'm excited. Although the weight loss hasn't been anything too dramatic. I think 8 pounds is what I'm thinking. It's been good because all the clothes are like fitting way better, and like cardio's through the roof. And I just look a little bit better too. But I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I think I want to lose like another 10 pounds. If I lose like another 10 pounds, I'm gonna be in a really good spot. In reality, I could lose like 30 pounds. But I mean, that's gonna be, I don't think I'm gonna strive for 30 pounds. You know, I kind of have to do it a month at a time for long goals. When I set my goals out like 6 months or something, it's way too far out for me. So do like a month and then adjust, do like a month and adjust. So that's kind of how I work. If I wait for 6 months, sometimes I can fall off track or like not be motivated. So, speaking of which, I wonder what the goal for the next month should be, how much weight or what to do. I want to put on more muscle, that's for sure. I do want to lose more weight, but more fat. And I feel like I've lost a lot of fat, not a lot of muscle during this. However, now my muscles don't get sore when I do cardio. So, we have to start adding something. Should do a backflip. Bruh, I can't do a backflip. I used to. Not today. Not today. That's like a 3-month body transformation thing. I'm only on month 4. I mean, no, that's not right. Week 4, technically week 8, but I didn't film my first month. This has kept me accountable. Cartwheel works. I'll do a cartwheel for you. I can still do those. Why not? Okay, so the park's down there. The Capitol building's up here. I think we have enough time. We have enough time to go check it out if you guys want. I checked this out on my first stream. And Barca says, just kidding. I appreciate you giving me some grace there. So I don't make a fool of myself. Although, back in the day, I could do a cartwheel. Back in the day, I'll tell you what. I sound like one of those old guys. I think I am one of those old guys now. Sheesh. It is nice. I mean, this is where we make all of our laws and stuff. Right here. Right here. Michael Fitchenbauer. I mean, like, what kind of question is that? Oh, you mean like, hey, Grandpa? Is that what you're saying? I think Michael's trying to say there. Even if I was old enough, I don't think I'd miss it. I don't think I'd miss it at all. So, no, I'm not. I'm not ex-vet. I don't know why people keep on thinking that, but nope. Reps. Yeah, I am too. So I hope I'm saying this right. In Barica, I used to lift 315 and 225 for 5 sets of 20 reps. But like, what kind of lift? Are we talking bench, squat? What are you working at towards? This is a very big tourist area, so here you are. Welcome. We got some doggies here on the trail. Let's see. Hello, dog. Bench. I've never done bench. That's not true, but I've never remembered my bench. So, mostly compound movements. That's what I do. So, I did do weight class, but I went in there and I didn't do weights, unfortunately. I did as little as I could to get by. In Barca, when I finished my chest reps, I used to do a burnout of 135 for 70 reps. Sheesh. Oh man, that sounds crazy. Where did you find the, is that like a routine you came up with yourself, or did you research that? Michael says, I used to lift 1,200 pounds bicep curls. He's built different. But can you crush an egg with your bicep? That's the real question. Are you built that different? Oh, gang, I'm sweating now. I'm sweating now, which is good. It's gonna help me on the scale. Gonna help. We got some monuments here. If you want to check them out. Now, what do they mean? I don't know. I'm a bad Salt Lake City person. I'm a bad Utah person. The march. Pioneer stuff. That's what it means. Have I ever measured my IQ? I mean, once on those silly things, but like, you know, how much do those things actually mean? So yeah, it was like 144 or something, 141, but what the heck does that even mean, you know? Because I feel like my IQ is like 80, 90 some days. So, if there even is such a thing. Are you trying to say I'm slow, bro? Is that the polite way of saying like, hey, did you eat paint chips as a kid? All right, let's see. In just a moment here. Appreciate it, Michael. That's very nice of you to say. I've just been around the block, seen a few things, done a few things. So appreciate the comment there. That's nice. All right, we'll take a look at the front, and then we'll call it a stream. We'll call it a stream because I've been going for 50 minutes here, and while I wish I could stream all day, we got things to do: make videos, do some schoolwork, all the stuff. You should see his dance moves, Miss Simmons says. Oh, which ones? My breakdance ones? Or are you talking about the 80s? We were sweating to the oldies the other day, yesterday. So those are all there. I think I put out a short for that too. But I think I'm definitely, Miss Simmons, we're gonna have to add that to the roster, like a bunch of 80 things. I saw Jane Fonda in there, a couple other ones I'm not familiar with, but I put them into a playlist so we can try. I think I'll bump up the music too, like reviewing the footage. It's like, oh dang, like I could have pumped that up a little bit more. So yeah, you know, just it's all about adjusting and stuff, because like I've said, I only started live streaming like at all, like let alone vertical, horizontal, or whatever. I only started live streaming about a week and a half ago, maybe a little less than that, July 3rd. So maybe just a week, huh? Anyway, so I haven't been live streaming that long. So I'm trying to figure out the content. Anyway, let's take a look. We'll take a look at the front of the building here. This is what people come to take photos and stuff, and we'll call it a day. If you have any questions though, now's the time to ask them. More than happy to answer. Embarca says, you used to do negative reps. I used to do negative reps. That's the way, brother. Hold on. Let me see if I can zoom out. Oh, by zooming out, I have to walk back like a crazy person. Okay, so this is a state building. I used to do negative reps, so it's like 1, 2, 3 count and constitute 1 rep, and then you do 10 reps with weight, so you can manage fairly easily. Yeah, I'm really lucky that my gym has assisted reps. So, but that's for pull-ups and dips. So I realize you're probably talking about like dumbbells and stuff. And over the course of the year, you will get so much stronger. I believe that. So there you go. There's the Utah State Capitol. Well, it's been a good stream, strong stream. I'll be streaming again. Today's all about walking. So what I'm doing is, like, for each day, have fairly set times, fairly set content, so I can see what's working, what's engaging, and then figuring out the right time slots. So if you tune in today, we'll be doing walking all day. Thanks, Ms. Simmons. Talk to you later. So, you know, see you around. I'll get the schedule figured out. And when I get the schedule figured out, I'll post it. I'll have a section on my YouTube channel. But for this week, sit tight. We're trying new things. See ya.